90-year-old woman diagnosed with cancer. And here's what she did. But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to Happy World, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories. Norma, a 90-year-old woman from Mackinaw City, Michigan, was diagnosed with terminal cancer just days after her husband of 67 years died. It all started when Norma's results for a routine check came back with some abnormalities. The doctors then investigated and found she had a large cancerous mass on her uterus. Only a few short days after her husband had passed, she was back in the hospital discussing her treatment. But Norma surprised her family and doctors by denying all forms of treatment. She told the doctors that she wanted to live her remaining days to her fullest potential, not stuck in a hospital bed and hooked up to a monitor. She knew that if she went through with the treatment, there would be the usual surgery, radiation, and chemo, all of which are tremendously tough on the body. Some might even say more traumatizing than the process of cancer itself. When the doctors asked her if she was sure of her decision, Norma's daughter-in-law, Ramey, reported, "A tiny woman at 101 pounds and under 5 feet tall, an exhausted Norma looked the young doctor dead in the eye, with the strongest voice she could muster, said, 'I'm 90 years old. I'm hitting the road.'" It was with that decision that Norma, her son Tim, and his wife, accompanied by their 8-year-old poodle Ringo, packed their camper van and literally hit the road for an epic road trip. They left their hometown and headed south to experience the beauty of the Grand Canyon before winter came in. Norma was totally amazed by the Grand Canyon, its vivid colors and vastness. Not too sure if Ringo knew what was so special, but he's happy as long as he can be at Norma's side. They also made it to Yellowstone National Park, which Norma really loved. When asked in an interview with Huffington Post, she reported, "The water and mud bubbling out of the earth, I've never seen anything like that before." In the autumn, they headed south and spent Thanksgiving in New Orleans. During the winter, they stayed around Florida to keep warm, hitting spots like Disney, St. Augustine, Kennedy Space Center, and Orlando, where Norma experienced her first hot air balloon ride. "This ride truly was a moment of a lifetime," Ramey wrote. "That was our Christmas present to her. It was a huge highlight for all of us. It was simply unforgettable." Here, the cute couple are pictured at the Roswell UFO Museum, although Ringo seems to be a little less interested in the aliens than Norma. The part of this trip that's really warmed our hearts is the fact that Norma and Ringo, the poodle, have become best of friends. Norma was always a cat person, but her cat died several years ago, and since then, she was on her own. But it seems that Ringo has found a special place in Norma's heart. The two go absolutely everywhere together. Even when Tim and Ramey leave the van, Ringo stays within an arm's reach of Norma. Sometimes the two change places. Here, Norma decided to take hold of the controls while Ringo relaxed in the wheelchair. Norma's pictured here one morning, waving to her son from the giant camper van, with a huge smile spread across her face. Norma doesn't take her health condition as an excuse to stop doing things she loves, which includes a nice cold bottle of beer after a long day of traveling and sightseeing. Sometimes the two need to take a break. Here they are having a rest in the afternoon sun after a long day of traveling. Since the start of their trip, they've traveled over 6,000 miles and have no intentions to stop. Norma's in no pain and still very sharp. She's having the absolute time of her life and has no regrets for making the decision to deny treatment and choose quality of life with her family.